Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a Roscoe Rogers weed wiper. This was a 13-foot kit that I purchased from them some years back, and this is what I used initially. People were trying to figure out on what it was, but this is the weed wiper. It was a kit, like I've talked about other on my other videos. We'll fill it up here with Roundup, and this thing will hold about 3.5-4 gallons. It'll go a long way. These are nylon ropes, compression ring in there that'll tighten. It'll tighten in on that rope, and it prevents more liquid from going in at a higher rate. Because I'm going to be traveling a little faster, I want a wet wick on this. That way, if it'll touch anything, it's gone. It wipes it out, and that's why they call it a weed wiper, weed wick product. Really good product. I'm very satisfied with it. So guys, here I'm driving up against a lot of Johnson, some trashy weeds and some trashy grass. I'm lifting up the front end loader to adjust the height on the weed wipe and the speed. When there's a lot of weeds, I'll slow down a little bit so that wipe will really rub it down. On stretches, I try to lower it as much as I can, and I will go a little faster. The wipes are really soaked down, so it's really laying down a lot of liquid on the leaves, on the stem. Well guys, we're using the Roscoe Roger weed wiper. I bought a kit. It's a 13 foot kit. In the kit you get the O-rings, nylon ropes, the plugs, and instructions how to build it. All this stuff is put together with PVC glue, so anybody can build this, man. It's super easy, and it works great, guys. I can't stress the ease of this thing in controlling. So guys, this is what consists of a kit. You get a bunch of these ropes, the compression rings, the nuts, and these things that go glued on with PVC onto your pipe. Weeds, you know, I hit this right now in 5-6 days. The Johnson, a lot of the blue stems, all that's wiped out. You know, that's one less weed you have to worry about. You get some good quality grass for your buyers and your horse people. Next time you cut, next time you bale, there's less and less weeds, less and less grass that you don't want in your quality hay. And you know, it doesn't take long to wipe this stuff out. I'm going 5.5 miles an hour, and you know, I got a 13-foot wiper here, so you know, you wipe it out pretty good. I do have the nylon wipes soaking pretty good, so it's laying enough to wet the grass. I can see it glisten, and I mean, it's shiny where I know it's hitting it. So here I'm traveling at a moderate speed, wiping that stuff down. Anywhere I can lower the wick, I'll lower it down, so you know, it's dragging along the base, the stem, the leaves, the ends, anything that it could touch, I try to lower it. Sometimes when there's a lot of weeds and blue stem, I'll slow it down a tad so I can rub it down real good. You know, I mean, you can see it right there where it went up and down a little bit. You can see where I kind of adjusted. This was a piece that I disced to give myself another 10 or 12 feet of more grass. So it's going to have more weeds because it was plowed up, fertilized, and irrigated. I'm going to have sunflower. I'm going to have a bunch of other stuff coming out because there's nothing to prevent it from coming up. It's soil, it's open, the sun's going to catch it, and it's going to happen. Weeds come up pretty quick in our area. We'll get sunflower. We'll get all sorts of crappy grass. Eventually the Tifton 85 will kill it out. It'll grow over it and just kind of, it won't give it any breathing room. It will choke it out. Tifton 85's a really prolific solid grass. So I was talking about this build. I put that on a 2x2 angle iron and clamped it down with some clamps. So if I hit something with that pipe, that 2x2 angle iron is going to support it. I did weld the buttons to lay it in the pin to hooks up on the front end loader. So, you know, did a real good job of that. It works real well that way. 2 pins, you know, set it and forget it and get at it, man. I do spot treatments, as you'll see further down my video, where I'm just doing spot treatments in areas where I'm trying to control it a little more. And I mean, guys, I think this is the safest way to lay Roundup. It's probably got to be the safest way in the world to do it. You're not touching it. You're not, you know, it's not spraying. There's no mist. It's just rubbing up against the grass. When I finish with that, I will put a bucket, tilt the pipe toward the front, open the lid, tilt it down, and it all spills into that bucket. And then from there, I can use it in a handheld sprayer or whatever. For those of you that are just tuning in, please like and subscribe, guys. We really appreciate y'all. The channel's growing. Give you a heads up of what I'm doing. I'm putting Roundup on blue stem. We have a 13-foot weed wiper in the front. Roscoe Rogers company. They have several kits. I'll link their email address on the bottom of our channel name. You can check out their website. They have all sorts of neat things for forerunners, for trikes. I mean, all sorts of different weed wipers. They have the handheld. You can see our handheld video. Guys, these things work real nice. Real convenient. It's kind of like that machine where they would say, set it and forget it. Well, that's kind of what this thing's about. You know, you set your height. There are some spotty areas where I do have taller grass, so I'll pick up the front end loader here. So, and I don't wipe my my good grass. I'm wiping out Johnson grass. I'm wiping out unwanted grasses that I don't want in our hay field. So when spring comes around, we have super clean pastures. This is a hay field. Pasture, I wouldn't mess around with it. The cows could get in there and normally don't have weed control on pastures because the cows take care of it. This is a hay field, and it's gonna get clean now. We'll wipe it. Depends on weather. Maybe twice during the winter. It doesn't get real cold. We're subtropical kind of area down here in the Rio Grande Valley, Texas. So we have grass growing pretty much year round. 50/50 is the mixture that I do on glyphosate. That is like probably overkill, but because I'm going a little faster and just doing a wipe, you want a little heavier concentration, so if it just gets a little bit of it, it's done. So it just rubs it all along the stem and the leaves or whatever it's touching. The length of that weed, the way I have these wicks going right now, they're hanging down, so it's gonna rub the whole length of the stem or the leaf that it's touching, and it's gonna wipe it out. Of course, you touch your grass, you're going to wipe it out as well. This stuff, I'll come back in a few days, try to put it on the same video, the work that it does. If not, I'll create a short of what it has done. Check out their website, guys. They have kits for runners, for a lot of other different things that'll work. I mean, it does a great job. Kit's relatively easy to build. I guess I use like a 2.5 by 2.5 angle iron as a base for the PVC pipe. It's a 3-inch PVC pipe where that sits on, so that if I do hit something harder than a big old thick sunflower, it's not going to bend or break. This was a little piece that I plowed up or disced up to make additional room.